Good evening, students. Welcome back to social science class. We are dealing with the chapter Geography, lesson number 11, the environment. Already we have seen what is environment and what are the different components of the environment, about natural environment, abiotic environment and biotic environment, about lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and what is hydrological cycle and what is biotic environment, about ecosystem, biosphere, and what is biome. So far we have seen all this and the human environment also. Today in this session we are going to see about the interaction between the components of the environment, and there will be a continuous interaction with the components of the environment, some way in which the abiotic components affects the biotic components and the biotic components which affects the abiotic environment. First we will see about how the abiotic components it affects the biotic components. Okay, the organisms thrive within a range of abiotic conditions. Altering these conditions can have severe consequences and it may cause extinction also. In a biome, abiotic conditions such as soil type, temperature, rainfall, it determines the plant communities that can survive. The soil type and the temperature and the rainfall of that particular place or that particular biome, it determines what plant to be survive on that area. So these in turn it determines the animals also that can exist in that biome. And next thing is how the biotic components affect the abiotic environment. Roots of the trees bind the soil. Felling down of forest by human beings causes soil erosions. So cutting down trees it leads to the soil erosion and deforestation in future. Building of dams creates artificial lakes on the riverbeds, altering the flow of the rivers, aquatic habitat with devastating effects on the fish population. And the next thing is physical alteration of habitats due to the constructions of roads, farms, buildings, and it can causes fragmentation of the soil and it decreases its productivity and it leads to the decline in biodiversity. So construction of all these physical buildings like buildings, roads, farms, it leads to the fragmentation of the soil and finally decreases its productivity that leads to the decline in biodiversity. And now comes the next heading, ecological balance. What is ecological balance? In an ideal condition, we can live together with plants and animals without disturbing each other is called ecological balance. Within an ecosystem, energy and matter are continuously recycled. In every ecosystem, there is a perfect balance or equilibrium among its different components. So, this is called an ecological balance. The natural environment system has an inbuilt self regulating mechanisms, and this is called hemostasis. Any change in a component of the environment is compensated by changes in the either components, resulting in restoration of the ecological balance within the ecosystem. And next comes the next heading, environmental degradation. So first of all we should know what is environmental degradation. It is a result of socio-economical, technological and institutional activities. Degradation occurs when earth's natural resources are depleted. These resources which are affected, it includes water, air, soil. The degradation also impacts our wildlife, our plants, animals, and other microorganisms also. So, environmental degradation occurs when any change in the environment results in the disruption of the ecological balance. Environmental degradation can occur by natural processes or human activities or a combination of both. So some of the causes of the environmental degradation are natural hazards such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, cyclones, floods and droughts, and human induced hazards that includes the release of chemical substances from the factories and the industries, forest fires, pollutions of land, water and air, and so on.